Welcome back to the Wellness Wheel. I'm Dr. Eboni January, OBGYN.
And I'm registered nurse Shelia Cunningham.
Let me tell you, people, we have greatness in the studio with us tonight. I must admit, Nurse Shelia has really surprised me with our guests. I already knew that we had one great guest coming on, and now we have a second great guest. So I'm really excited about that. But we have a young man who is making moves. He's really made his name in the fitness industry. I heard about him before I actually met him. I heard about him through David Banner. So, you know, if David Banner shouted him out, we know that he must be a big deal. So this is Mike Wayne. Train with Mike Wayne. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, God, we are so happy to have you here. Mike Wayne is doing some great things with fitness. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved.
Well, you know what, as far as I go, you know, I started training when I was 21 years old, about 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. As far as starting my fitness journey, you know, I was an obese youth. So around the age of maybe 10 or so, I was over 200 pounds.
Wow.
I was pre-diabetic, so my mom made the decision to put me in a football camp. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be honest, by nature, I wasn't an athlete as a kid. I was a video game nerd, TV junkie, whatever you want to call it. So she put me in football camp. I ran one lap around the track, and then I laid down for the rest of practice.
Wow. A beast.
Yeah.
You were a beast out there.
Oh, I beasted that lap.
That was it.
Yeah.
And so now you're here as a certified personal trainer. How did you get started with that?
Okay, well, yeah, after I did that football camp, I lost roughly 30 pounds that summer.
Wow.
And, you know,
running one lap?
No, the whole summer. But yeah, after that time, I lost those 30 pounds, and then I just kind of built this love for fitness as I was growing older. I wanted to have abs.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to have a six-pack.
Everybody does.
Man, so I started reading books and doing research and just trying to find out how do I, you know, attain this look that I want. So I did that, and then I started getting into the gym, and I guess I had my stuff together at that point. So that particular boss at that gym, or that training director, he approached me. He said, "Hey, you ever thought about being a trainer?" I was like, yeah. So he offered me a job on the spot.
Wow.
And said, you know, if you want to train, you can train. We'll put you through a 5-month shadowing program, and then we'll allow you to be a trainer if you can get your certification within that time period. I got my cert, and I've been training since then. I even went to school, changed my major during that time period to an exercise science bachelor, just so I can grow my education so I can be a better trainer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome, because we were talking about this behind the scenes, but we talked about how there are so many personal trainers out there they're really good with the physical aspect, but when it comes to that knowledge base, they lack it, you know, and they know a little bit more than the people that they're training, but really that thorough, in-depth knowledge they lack. So tell us some of those basic rules that you tell the people that you're training. Like I said, David Banner shouted you out. So what is it that makes you that sets you apart from everyone else?
You know what? One thing that one approach that I like to take as far as health and training goes is I like to give people practical information. Mm-hmm. Like any trainer knows how to work out, or if you've been working out for a long time, you can put somebody through a workout, make them do some squats. Mm-hmm. But I want to give you information that you can immediately start to use.
Absolutely.
And just even around the psychology of losing weight and exercise, like you guys were saying a second ago, it's 90% nutrition.
Yeah.
But why is it 90% nutrition? And I don't break it down in scientific terms of carbs, fats, and proteins. I'm telling you, like, you know, eating fettuccine alfredo, that's all fats and sugars, right? Like, that's going to turn into fat on your body. So that's the type of stuff that I like to give people information so that they know what I know. Mm-hmm. I want to make you so competent when it comes to your health that you don't even need me at one point.
Absolutely.
Now, other trainers might say, well, you just only want to give them so much so they always have to come back to you. But I'm trying to create healthy people. I want my community to grow. Like, if I give you something and you become successful with my information that I give you, you're going to want to stay with me anyway. Mm-hmm. You're not going to want to stay with me if you only get some results and then you leave me and then you gain weight again. You got to keep, that's not cool.
So Mike, you the real deal. You that deal right there.
Hey,
because see, when you talk, people listen. And I saw your program on Channel 2, and I was like, and on Facebook. So when you put your things out, I'm like, he actually knows what he's talking about. Because you got people out there that are kind of faking it, you know. And I'm like, no, Mike breaks it down, like you said, and you make it easy for other people to actually realize that they can do this. And it's smart the way you do it, because you're not gonna lose anybody. You're gonna gain people, because people gonna look like, I know Danielle looking good right now, her mom and everything, and I'm like, you know, and so she can train herself, but she still comes to you. She's dedicated.
Right. My thing is, if you take care of people, they gonna mess with you.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, like, I'm not like just giving you, like, just feeding you, rationing you information just to keep you there.
Right.
You know, I'm giving you a memorable experience, and they end up losing all the weight they want to lose, and then they end up staying anyway just because they enjoy coming to class.
Exactly. I mean, like I was telling you, Danielle is dedicated.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Dedicated. I mean, we'll go somewhere and she'll be like, I gotta train first.
Oh yeah.
I gotta train first before. Yeah, I'm like, you coming tonight? She was like, yeah, I'm going, but I gotta train first, and then I'm gonna go home, take a bath, then I'm gonna come out and see you. I'm like, okay.
You know what's funny, when you in class, you have certain people that stand out when it comes to their physicality. Danielle zipping across the field like a gazelle. She just speeding like a cheetah back and forth, and then like everybody else is like, oh, I need to step it up.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I'm scared to come, but I'm gonna come though.
Nah.
Sheila has a ton of energy, let me tell you.
Yeah.
But Mike, I think that's very important, what you said about how you give them that foundation so that in the future, you know, they go on to just live the lifestyle that you taught them with just a small amount of information that you have given them. I had a conversation with my my medical assistant today, and I have a text weight loss coaching program called Dr. EJ's weight loss fitness boot camp, and she was on the program for just 4 weeks. That's all I tell them. I tell them 3 weeks. It takes anything 3 weeks to make it a habit. So anyway, it's text coaching. So I send them text reminders of when and what to eat multiple times a day, because I always tell them that not eating is worse than overeating. And so she got on this program, and I was talking to her today, and I said, well, tell me why the program was beneficial to you, because I see you're done with the program, but yet you still maintain that lifestyle. And really what I wanted to do was change her behavior. That's all I wanted to do. And that's all it's about. And so she told me, you know, the essential tools that you taught me during that 4 weeks, I continue. I made it a lifestyle. So I think that's so important, because a lot of people, I tell people, you don't need a personal trainer. You just need that foundation. And eventually, when you really want to decrease that body fat, when you get to a certain percentage, you might need a personal trainer. But right now, I want you to change habits. If you drink 15 Pepsis this week, next week I want you to drink 7, and I guarantee that you will drop weight.
You speaking too much gospel. You speaking too much real.
Right.
And you know what? It's funny that you say that in regard to trying to build them a foundation. You know, one of the things that I try to explain to my people is find out what your weakness is when it comes to your health. Find out what the chink in your, like you just said, chips. Like, I know for me, my weakness is the weekend, flat out. Monday through Friday. Even if my schedule's no different on a Saturday, like my work schedule, like if I'm training the same amount of clients, for some reason when Saturday hits, it's like it unlocks the beast, and I'm like, I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. Right. So one thing that I understand is find your weakness. Like, is your weakness over measuring, like not eyeballing your measurement? So for example, if you make some pasta or you make some spaghetti noodles or something like that, do you measure it out in grams on the scale so you know exactly how many calories you're eating? Or do you grab a handful of spaghetti noodles, break it in half, and just throw it in the water and you just hope for the best?
Right.
Like,
Ooh.
do you do that?
Right.
I think we all kind of just like, you know, we'll get the healthiest items that we can, and then we'll still end up overdoing it. So olive oil, for example, just because olive oil is healthy, that don't mean you just douse all your items in olive oil. Right.
So true.
For example, let's say you're making a traditional meal of chicken breast, broccoli, and brown rice. I can make chicken breast, broccoli, and brown rice steamed with 1 tablespoon of olive oil to make my chicken, to do my chicken right? Right. Or I can kind of just drizzle olive oil on the chicken. I can drizzle it on the brown rice, and I can drizzle it on the broccoli just to give it that taste.
Right.
That might be an extra 700 or 800 calories that you just overshot because you didn't take the time to measure out that food.
Wow.
And that happens with everything.
Right.
I'm not rambling, am I?
No. I'm loving it.
I'm just making sure. I'll ramble. I'll keep talking.
Spit knowledge. It's
right.
not rambling.
Spit it.
So,
and you're passionate about it, so that's what I love. I mean, you know, it can come from some people, and it's all about the money or, you know, the business. But when someone is passionate about it, and I think that, you know, with you being obese as a child, you know, and what that entails as, you know, our kids are bullying and all those things, you know, and you're finding your strength and you're finding your purpose. That's beautiful, you know.
Yes.
Oh, definitely. I mean, definitely, like you just said, from experiencing it myself, like
Yes.
being out of shape.
Nobody told you. You did it yourself. You lived that life, you know.
You know what's crazy? And you know, you don't always want to make it about look or appearance, but one thing that I know is that I felt in my own, you know, from going from being that chubby kid to slimming down, when I'm in shape, I feel better. I feel more confident. I feel like I feel better in my clothes.
Right.
It opens up doors for me to be able to be confident to do things that I wouldn't normally do.
Right.
So if I was still that over 200-pound kid, I might not be as comfortable in my shoes right now or in my clothes right now sitting in front of you ladies.
Right.
And that's something that everybody deserves to have, the ability to be confident and get up and go somewhere. Like somebody right now is sitting at home right now because they have that weight on them and they don't feel comfortable going somewhere.
Right.
And they might be missing out on an opportunity because they're afraid.
Right. Or frustrated. I mean, I have people that I know personally, I'm not going to say any names because my sisters will kill me.
Oh, you just gave me
I did that on purpose. Samantha, no, I'm just kidding. But what they do is they're at home and they have put on a little weight, and so when they're getting dressed, and I'm sure this happens to a lot of people, they end up being frustrated because they don't want the certain, you know, look that they get if they wear a certain top. So you know what I'm saying. They get kind of like before they even go to the event, and they really kind of feel like they don't even want to go. So you know,
I, that's one of my points that I make. You know, when you going on your inspirational rant in boot camp as a trainer, you go on an inspirational rant. You yelling at everybody. You're not yelling at them, but you're just trying. No. You giving them perspective. It's like that moment where you say, like, don't you want to be able to get up and put on anything in your closet and feel comfortable wearing that?
Yeah.
Like, there's no better feeling than being able to put on something and go outside and be comfortable in your own skin.
Right.
Instead of having to put on 6 or 7, 8 different outfits, now your room messed up, and then you still end up putting on something that you don't feel comfortable in, and you go there and you still don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Right.
The whole
You
night.
go over to chill at your guy house, you got a pillow in front of your stomach sitting on the couch. I see these things.
Right. Well, Mike, now they have waist trainers, so I don't know if you know.
They do have those. But you know those mess up your posture.
Right.
They mess your posture up, and also I believe they rearrange some intestinal. You know, I mean, there has to be some damage to that
pretty tight.
Squeezing your rib cage.
Right. So that makes you not breathe, and breathing is very important.
Right. And
so you're not.
I would think so.
You know what? It's funny.
Yeah, that's what you got to nurse on.
Yeah, every time you say something, it unlocks another thing. When you say breathing, wearing those waist trainers while you're working out, that reduces your exercise efficiency.
Absolutely.
So
you need oxygenation to those muscles.
Exactly. So you're working out, you're trying to do squats or you're running. You can't breathe enough oxygen to provide your body the energy it needs. So now your workout sucks. You're not burning as many calories as you would have. And then the same thing with wearing those sweat bags and all this stuff to make you sweat more. It's dehydrating you quicker. So if you're dehydrated, how can you get an optimized workout? Where you would have been able to work out for an hour, 90 minutes. Now you gassed in the first 30 minutes, so you didn't burn any calories.
Right. That's right. Well, you're listening to the Wellness Wheel on the In the Zone Network. We have Mr. Mike Wayne, Train with Mike Wayne here in the studio, the one and only. So we're very excited to have him. So you do a segment on Fox 2, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you talk about on this segment?
You know, it's any slew of topics. Sometimes I'll do a nutritional topic, and then sometimes I'll do like a rehab-based exercise topic. So, for example, like how to prevent soreness or how to reduce injury when it comes to certain exercises. You know, one of my recent, like around the holidays and especially New Year's, I'll talk about how alcohol affects your metabolism.
Yes.
Yeah, so when you drinking that alcohol and it's messing up your liver function, so you're not metabolizing fat correctly and things of that nature. So
so you'll have your alcohol out on the.
Oh yeah, and
yeah,
like how many calories is in each one.
So what is the healthiest drink? Because I know what I tell my people. I tell them vodka with club soda with a little bit of lime. What do you tell them? The healthiest drink.
You know what? Just depending upon what the goal is. I mean, obviously the red wine has those chemicals in it that help prevent cancer, but you don't want to overdo it with the red wine because that could become bad. And then I don't know how accurate this study is, but it's just a funny one to talk about. They say one beer after a workout can help restore the carbohydrates in your muscles, but anything over one beer is too much because then it becomes counterproductive to hydration. You got to read it.
Right. I don't even drink beer, so that ain't gonna work for me.
That's a new one.
That's not gonna work.
Like I said, I don't know how accurate that is, but
wrote that one?
Right.
I bet the Anheuser-Busch probably wrote it.
I think it was a French study somewhere. They did it somewhere in some of the lab.
That sounds about right.
I'm just teasing.
So you're gonna be teaching a class at the Health Moguls event, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I got some heat.
Oh wow. What time is your class?
We got Mr. Lorenzo in here.
On the spot. I think it's like
that is tentative.
2:15, right?
2:15.
Okay.
2:15.
I'm glad I got Lorenzo right here.
Right.
2:15.
We got the health mogul. We got the health mogul in the house right now.
You gonna show up?
Show up and show out.
But you got that heat.
With my shades on.
Right. Real Hollywood. So December 17th, Health Moguls event at Holiday Inn Convention Center with AJ Johnson, Billy Blanks. How do you feel about Billy?
You know what? I think it's just a great opportunity to meet those people because obviously they've had a huge influence, especially Billy, on the lives of people, helping them lose weight.
Yes.
Because sometimes you need something exciting to get you moving. My aunties and my grandma used to do Tae Bo.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there with them doing Tae Bo, and even outside of Tae Bo, Billy Blanks did action movies.
Yeah.
So as a kid, I used to
about the last Boy Scout,
Billy. doing karate movies. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Please stop talking about the
I love the last Boy Scout. I mean, although it wasn't action, but right.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm excited to meet Billy as well.
Oh, definitely.
He's definitely a pioneer in this, so I'm excited to meet him. And then Miss AJ Johnson, I follow her on Instagram. She is phenomenal.
Oh man, she is such good shape.
Oh, God.
Such good shape. She make everybody jealous.
Yes. I don't know how she does
She just went viral again for being in good shape.
Really?
What? I didn't know that.
I mean, you ain't see the pictures. It had to have been about 4 or 5 days ago.
No.
You ain't seen her abs?
Oh, wait.
She shredded.
Dang, I gotta come to train with Mike Wayne. I get like that.
Like, can we get abs like that?
Right.
That's all diet, right?
She got an
I know.
8-pack. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So Ernestine Shepherd. That's kind of how she got started when her and her sister were over 50. No, I think they were over 50. I don't know.
Yeah, they were.
And they were trying on swimsuits. And that's kind of how they changed their diet. But look at her.
Oh,
amazing.
And she's what, 80?
80. Yes.
Definitely. It's funny that you mentioned her. I did I do a mixer during the summertime where I'll kind of like get up and present those topics that I talk about. I started with her video, like that 10-minute video that she had. I'm like, hey, y'all, listen, before we start, y'all got to see this woman because she teaching classes
Classes.
Is she?
Yeah.
I talked to her over the phone. I was like, Ernestine, we need to get you on the podcast. She's like, anytime, sweetie. Yeah, Ernestine Shepherd. She's 80.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 80. She's a beast.
And she's shredded.
She looks great. You gotta see.
But she runs more than you, Devin.
Wow.
Yeah, she runs every day. Like
messed him up a little bit.
Right.
So it messed him up a little bit.
Right.
There's no way.
She's running right now.
She's running right now, Dad. What are you doing?
Yeah. You gotta catch up.
If an 80-year-old running more than me, I ain't running.
Right. I'm telling you.
Dang, man.
Yeah.
Well, you're listening to the Wellness Wheel on the In the Zone Network. Mike Wayne, tell our listeners where they can follow you.
You guys, as far as my following handles, anytime you Google Train with Mike Wayne, you'll find my Instagram, which is Train with Mike Wayne, Twitter, TMWMW Mike Wayne, and I also just started a YouTube page, which is also Train with Mike Wayne, where I just get this, it lets me flesh out those topics that I discuss on Fox 2. So where the time is typically short, I can create a better script and give you more information on my YouTube page.
Awesome. This man is doing great things. Train with Mike Wayne. Stay tuned.
This is Train with Mike Wayne. You're listening to the Wellness Wheel on the In the Zone Network.